now, and I will give the floor to Lucia.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining my training session. Thank you once again to, I would like to express my gratitude to, your name is difficult, Justina and Dalia Coviello. They were really very helpful. They are a great organizer, and without them, it wouldn't have been possible to work, to be here, so to provide you with this training remotely. Thank you to all participants for today's afternoon's training. Just a few words about me, because I don't know, some of you maybe were not present this morning, were not online this morning. My name is Lucia Salto. I'm working at the University of Torino Research Office, and in the last 6 years, I have been working as career development facilitator for PhD in our doctoral schools. And that's to say, my goal was to promote activities in order to help PhD prepare their postdoctoral career path, both in academia and outside, but especially outside, because in Italy, it is very, very difficult. It's extremely difficult to get a permanent position in academia. And to valorize the title, because in Southern Europe, as far as I know, outside of academia, so in companies don't appreciate enough, I would say, don't know exactly what a PhD is. So valorize PhD skills, help PhD to bring their transferable skills, to translate their transferable skills in other non-academic contexts, and to explore the job market, to find job opportunities pending their title. And in the last 4 years, I've also worked, have also been working within the context of a career tracking project whose aim was to track the career of our PhD graduates in the last 10 years, to check to evaluate their career development, if it was worth for them to do a PhD, how long it took them to get a permanent position in academia or outside, especially outside of it, what kind of job, if they are using their title, etc. And we were able to build a valuable alumni community, so who are of great importance for our activities. So I'm sharing now, feel free to ask me, to write your question in the chat. Anyway, I will leave you I will leave the organizer my email slide presentation with my contact email, so that you can, anyway, so if you want, you can contact me even afterwards. I'm going to share now my slide presentation. Voila. Can you see it? Can you see it?
Yes, yes. You can make full screen, we can see.
Voila.
Thank you.
So, and today's afternoon training is core competence on PhD, but the focus now is their employability. How to prepare the next professional step, and what are the career paths, postdoctoral career paths, original jobs for PhD. Sometimes it doesn't, I can wait. Okay. Just an overview again, so I will provide you with an overview how to identify the core competence developed by PhD. What are the initiatives to promote, to increase their employability in non-academic contexts? My focus is non-academic context because, first of all, it is difficult to get a permanent position in academia, but secondly, we think that early career researchers are innovators, so they are made for the knowledge society, and gain a better understanding on alternative career paths. So according to my experience, in my view, I think that most of our PhD graduates sometimes don't know exactly how to move to other, how to prepare the next move, how to move to other sector, because they don't know exactly what are the top alternative career paths for them. They were so concentrated on their research, obviously, and so we try to open their horizon so that they are prepared to catch other opportunity. So doctoral education is increasingly considered as a means to produce new knowledge workers to fit the needs of the global employment. So first, in the past, PhD was regarded as I explained this morning, as a contribution, a product, contributing to the advancement of knowledge through an original piece of research. But now, new trends regard PhD as a process, a training, providing the necessary competencies, skills to become a knowledge worker for the knowledge society, in a knowledge economy. So you see, you are really made for. Sometimes I can move, I don't know. Okay. So keep in mind, bear in mind, it is true that your PhD was an academic experience, but try to sell yourself as someone who has already had a professional experience thanks to its PhD, because all PhD develop a set of common competencies called core competencies, skills, regardless of their discipline, and these skills are not very well understood by employers. They are crucial because they meet the employer needs. For the ones who were not here this morning, but I will go very quickly. So your transferable skills are skills you acquired in one setting, but you can translate them to new and different setting, environment and activities. They can be acquired in different contexts, supervising, holding lecture, running workshop, and they are very useful for you to build a very competitive professional profile. OECD, this is a very in a nutshell, what are transferable skills, what are the core competencies of PhD. They can be organized in communication, entrepreneurial skills, cognitive skills, so presentation, written and oral skills, public engagement, teaching skills, entrepreneurship, commercialization, creativity, problem solving. This is just in a nutshell. OECD transferable skills category, interpersonal skills, so teamwork. What are transferable skills? They are referring to all these interpersonal skills: teamwork, mentoring, negotiation skills, networking skills, project and time management, research management, as we saw this morning, grant application, writing skills, knowledge of research method. The focus now is employability. So you have these skills, you have all these competencies you share, so regardless of your disciplinary area, but thanks to these skills, you can really be very competitive in companies if you apply for a post, for a position. Project management. Complex projects need to be well planned and efficiently managed, and you know how to do it because you are used to manage research project with limited budget, and this can be transferred to industry. Teamwork, it is a necessary skill to engage in productive collaboration, and you are used to work in team when you were in the lab. You were, as a PhD, you were a postdoc, part of a team. So you already gained this. You have already gained this experience, influencing and negotiation skills. In most business situations, we have to negotiate, and you are used to negotiate while convincing dissertation committee about steps taken in a PhD research project, etc. Creative problem solving, and is another example. What supervisor can do to increase your Now I'm just stopping one moment because I kindly ask Justina, could you please launch my after this preliminary presentation my the poll, and share, if you can share it in the screen.
Yeah, I'm just launched it, and let me just share a second here on the screen as well. So the question is, are you preparing your professional career plan? So anybody can go to slido.com and enter hashtag EU talent.
Thank you. So are you preparing your professional? Are you already preparing? Because we always, as in the last 6-7 years, said, I had also the chance to work with professionals all over Europe, professionals in the field of career development. Some of them are here. Today we're here from the University of Copenhagen, speakers from Association Bernard Grégory, and they always put stress, so suggest you to start preparing your postdoc before the end of your PhD. So yes, I am starting to explore several opportunities. Okay. No, I'm not preparing, 17%. So it's good. I think that there is noise. Shall I unmute? But everybody is unmuted. Oh, no. And yes, this is good news. If you are starting to explore several opportunities, it is better for different reasons, because it is not a waste of time, but on the contrary, you have to become aware of what happens outside of academia, what are the opportunities given to PhD in other contexts, how to step out of your comfort zone, because this is another problem. Maybe it is the most difficult to step out of your comfort zone. According to my experience, most of our PhD graduates stay maybe with a postdoctoral fellowship, scholarship in academia, not because they are so convinced, but because they don't know exactly what to do in non-academic context, how or maybe how to get an interview. They don't have, maybe they lack the network. You also have to build a professional network if you want to move to other sectors. And so without a network, without knowing what happens outside, it is very difficult anyway to prepare to move to other sectors. So I see that now 36% are not preparing. I know that you are very busy, you are extremely busy with your thesis, you have to work in the lab, or anyway, so you have to maybe to work abroad to complete your research. You are concentrated, but believe me, I keep track of PhD graduates attending our soft skill training activities during their PhD, and now most of them are on top positions, and they write to me. They always write to me, "Thank you for giving me such a preparation, because you could open my horizon, and I started to explore other opportunities to understand the job market, because today's job market is difficult, it's constantly and rapidly changing. So you have also to understand what are the positions, what are the most required skills." Okay, so the other questions. Are you interested in alternative career paths beyond academia? Well, I know I can say so. Academia is a dream job, undoubtedly, but you have to be aware that it is difficult. It is a very difficult environment, a very competitive environment. It is very difficult, especially in Italy or in Southern Europe, to get a permanent position. In my country, only 1 out of 10 of our PhD graduates will be able to become professor. I mean, permanent, with a permanent position. It might be frustrating to wait for a long time before that moment. And if you don't prepare a postdoc, also in other terms, it might be difficult to move if you wait for a long time, because obviously companies are looking for young and very motivated researchers, or people, not for people who are frustrated and maybe are starting to seek for other jobs, to look for other jobs when they realize that they have no chance no longer to get a position in academia. So you don't have to give them such a negative impression. I am here for the interview because I couldn't get a postdoctoral scholarship. I couldn't get a postdoctoral position, so I'm here as you are my B plan. No, on the contrary, and I'm trying to show you that today, leaving academia is not a failure. We all know, everybody knows that it's very difficult to stay there, and because the knowledge society really is in need of your skills, of your innovation potential, of researchers. So and there are so many alternative top careers for researchers. But I see that most of you are interested in alternative career paths. So thank you, Justina. If there are other questions. Are you aware of all soft professional skills relevant to build your career? Partially. Yes, I know this is the problem, because you are more concentrated on your technical, scientific, specific skills, and maybe you think that soft skill, interpersonal skills, all that is not so relevant. On the contrary, it is, especially in a very competitive job market. And they will make the difference I think in a job interview, not in a survey, because maybe the survey is not enough, but when you are invited for a job interview, which in some cases is articulated in different moments with the HR professional, or maybe with the whole staff. Soft skills play an important role. If you are very good at building relationship, if you are, if you make them understand that you have also this kind of emotional intelligence, it is important. So thank you, Justine. I think that there is another question. Okay. Thank you. So I can go on with my my presentation. So, but the problem is how to step outside of your comfort zone, because it is difficult. As I said, it's the most difficult. So you need support. So your supervisor should support you in your professional development. Maybe you have anyway to strengthen your soft skill, and so catch all opportunities to teach, to supervise, maybe write blogs, write papers, or grant application, because unawarely it is the moment when you develop other skills, becoming crucial afterwards. Establish a flexible work environment. So supervisors should establish a flexible work environment. Encourage students to take time out for extracurricular activity that will provide them with useful experiences. Encourage work experiences, because next to your research, your pure academic research, which sometimes is not so really understood and appreciated in other contexts, internship outside academia help you to gain a better understanding of what happened outside. And anyway, so our supervisor can play an important role. Before the pandemic, our partner, Association Bernard Grégory, who are our partners since, have been our partners since 2016, they organize even so training for supervisor, because it all starts there in that moment. Doctoral students have to determine their preferences. You have to prepare, maybe to build, to shape your professional plan. So seek activities outside the lab, to do other experiences, such as organizing events, teaching public engagement or writing a blog, teaching public engagement or writing a blog. So experience, you have to do other experience. Find out what's out there. Sometimes there are also university career services, science career fairs, who might give you an overview of what happens, what job market is offering, and so on. Organize talk to people who actually have your dream job. Build your network. Without a professional network, it goes without saying that you won't be able to move to other sector. Arrange an internship. Explore the job market. So from the one side, supervisor have to work on the preparation of your postdoc, but at the same time, doctoral students can already do something before the end of their PhD, and other experiences. It doesn't represent time waste, but on the contrary, will help you gain a better understanding of what you could do in other contexts, can give you, maybe give you awareness. And when you are researching career solution, when you are looking for alternative career for PhDs, well, try to speak with your PhD graduates. I mean, maybe there are many universities with an alumni association. So ask more senior PhD students or postdoc where they have seen people going when their postdoc finishes. So yeah, speak with them who are already working. You can, there are universities, we are trying to build a database to search our alumni by degree, field, location. For the ones we have PhD, doctoral students interested in an international career in an international organization. So we have already a list of a database with information, providing information on our PhD graduates working for the United Nations, for the United Nations, for example, or we have other PhD graduates, students who would like to become start-upper. We can provide them with this kind of information, because we keep track of our PhD graduates career development, we are of their current position. Learn how to tap the hidden job. There is a hidden job market, which is sometimes more important than the other job market. So there are sometimes jobs, good positions are not advertised because HR prefer to hire in other way, maybe asking for information to reliable colleagues or so on. But you can get this position. So practice, but first of all, you have to practice your elevator pitch, update your social network, contact employer of interest, volunteer at companies. Volunteers, if you have to grow your network, if you have haven't a professional network outside of academia, you have maybe volunteering is a solution, a first initial solution. Subscribe to new alerts, follow companies of interest on LinkedIn. In this way, you will maybe following companies of interest on LinkedIn, you will better understand who the kind of what are the professional profiles they are looking for, and it would be easier to maybe to find down position. Maybe explore the surrounding area, take time to make new friends, getting in touch with your local association, alumni association. It's a way to start building a network of new peers. So, but I think that university now have at least an alumni community. So, and they are of great, they are really they are of great value because they are already working in a sector that can help you. They can be your mentor. So be prepared. This is a must. Be prepared. If you want to move to other sector, if you want to quickly to get quickly a top position, first design a great project for yourself. So the beginning of your postdoc is your time to build up some base knowledge and slowly find your way through this new and uncharted territory. Why not writing a grant application? Why not? You can expand your knowledge base and help you explore a new area. How to prepare your postdoc? It is the moment, maybe in this moment when you finish your PhD, you have the chance to learn new things and understand how they work. Keep your mind open. Bear in mind that everyone in your new lab will have something interesting to teach you. Skills reorientation. This is very important because when you move to other sectors, you have to reorient your skills. So a serious self-reflection is necessary. You have to identify your strengths and your skills. And maybe at the same time, you have to identify a non-academic sector, a job in which you might progress. You have also to identify the skills that you are lacking and work to acquire them. So stepping outside of your comfort zone is very difficult because it is a process. So identify your skills, your strengths, the skills you are lacking, and the job. If not your dream job, the job in your position in your interest, which might be of your interesting for you, which might be interesting for you. So you have to gradually build a less academic professional network. Use your academic network because they have already maybe supervisors have already contacts with companies or with other sectors. So you have to start with them, but then little by little build a new network and maybe meet PhD graduates. Your supervisor already often have contacts of their PhD graduates on top positions. So speak with them. They can give her contact email. They know if some of their PhD graduates now are brilliant startuppers or are on top position in a company or in an international organization. So they can give you the contact, then you have to contact them, to speak with them, to understand how they build their postdoc to get this position. And now, what are alternative career option? What are the alternative careers for you? Because as I want to underline it, it is not a failure to leave academia. Employers are in need of specific skills, technical skills, but also soft skills, such as being able to communicate effectively in a variety of situations, showing initiative, creativity, and integrity, having a good work attitude, are all valuable across industry. And you have to translate these skills developed during your PhD in other contexts. Academia and business are not poles apart, may seem poles apart, but you may be surprised at how portable skills developed in doctoral training are. So translate your experience in their language, in the company language. You have to know, to do that, you have to know what company need. Companies are in need of highly specialized workforce, and you, your early career researcher, are highly specialized with interdisciplinary expertise, and you do have to cope with the new challenges they face now. This is the slide I used this morning with the most needed transferable skills.
Sorry, just to interrupt you, because I think you're not sharing your slides, so your screen. So you're very engaging, but I think I didn't realize the slide was shared.
Wait, where is the, wait, so I have to, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't, I thought that
sorry,
I'm sorry.
There were no slides because you were engaging without it, you know.
I'm sorry, I'm very, very sorry. So I have to repeat, maybe.
No, we don't have, the slides will be shared on the website to all participants, so everybody can check them afterwards.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought that I was sharing my slides. I couldn't read in the chat. I'm sorry. Now can you see?
Yes, now we can see. You can make full screen.
Okay, so this is the list of the most needed transferable skills I have already showed this morning. Bear in mind, keep in mind professional development. Professional development is of the utmost important, especially now after the pandemic in this very digital world. So invest in online courses in your professional development. Anyway, you are a PhD, you are used to learn quickly. Future skills, what are the most top professional profiles? So alternative career for PhD was the focus, industry career application scientist. You see from the list, these are all positions. Maybe the PhD is not required, but it is an asset, because to get this position, you must be a PhD for the kind of competencies required competencies in industry career application scientist, quantitative analyst, science public policy advisor, product manager, clinical trials project manager, competitive intelligence analyst, business development manager, intellectually property lawyer. So you see, these are positions for PhD, because you need for this position, so skills, the skills. Future skills, technical sales specialists, teaching and presentation skills are essential in this case. Medical science liaison. Well, you couldn't become a medical science, work as a medical, in the field of medical science liaison without a PhD, because relevant scientific knowledge is required for this position. Research analyst in venture capital, market research analyst, technology transfer officer, climate change expert. Well, climate change expert, we have a PhD graduate from the University of Torino, who is working as climate change expert for the United Nation in a United Nation agency in Bonn. So, and he was invited for a roundtable discussion where I often use the storytelling format because people likes to listen to success story, and he admitted that the PhD was not required as title, but this is a position for PhD for the kind of high skills required. Digital forensic expert. Another of our top PhD graduate is working as digital forensic expert in interdisciplinary work, I would say, and he was able to build his own company and science editor. This is a woman, a PhD graduate, Laura Regni, from our chemistry department. She got a PhD in chemistry, and she's working as a scientific science editor for Pearson, corporate entrepreneur. Corporate entrepreneur, we have many PhD graduates who leave academia to build their own company, their own innovative startup. Maybe they're very good at project management. They can write project, get fund, and become a successful entrepreneur. But you can also conduct, if you love research, you obviously love research, you can conduct research outside of academia. You can do research, carry out your research for external bodies, or as function manager, HR manager, business research, science policy manager, developer. You can work as teacher or giving private tutoring for individuals. You see the list of possibility of opportunity: journalist or media professional, law professional, training. You can work in the training and development sector, academic publishing, including writing school and undergraduate textbook. You see the alternative career: engineering professional, external examination setting and assessment, because employers want PhD with able at problem solving, with technical subject expertise. They must be creative. They have to be able to collaborate, communicate, effectively communicate. They have to be innovative. They need emotional intelligence, and so on. They have to work strategically. So they need company need leaders. They have to be flexible and adaptable. They have to be able to take decisions. And today's job market, we are maybe in a transition period. Probably work will be different once the storm COVID passes, and so most position will be, I would say, virtual. You have to work. You will have to work remotely, so you have to be flexible and creative. If companies are hiring, new positions may be posted as remote jobs, at least in the short terms. Why not consulting? Consulting is an alternative career for those who have strengths in marketing strategy, social media management. Hybrid competences profile and technical expertise become the foundation of employability nowadays. So most required future skills are information processing, mindset, coordination, working independently, entrepreneurial, other professional profile, other career path for PhD. You can read them, this long list. And the source of my final slides presentation is the outcome of our alumni project. I coordinated a career tracking project to track the career of our PhD graduates in the last 10 years. And it was very interesting because we could reestablish contacts with lots of them, and find out so many alternative careers, and realize that there are opportunities for any disciplines, any disciplinary areas. So also for humanities, maybe for humanities is always a bit difficult, but anyway, even for social and human sciences, there are opportunities in international organization, or companies are hiring for their HR division. Google is searching top professional with high skill for their to work on their software translate automatic translation. So we had startupper with project requiring scientific expertise, science project coordinator, communication activity and design of management tools for researchers, science communication, climate change expert, corporate entrepreneur, science editor. We have other PhD graduates from the University of Torino working for the European Commission and in agency such as the European Training Foundation is in Torino. Digital forensic expert, museum manager, business development management, project manager for bank foundation, management of European projects, project leader. Science communication, maybe when you have you have prepared your career plan and you know what are your strengths and your skills, why not science communication? You could work in the field of science popularization, graphic design, event management, communication, or why not work as a research grant manager dealing with communication activities, science editor. You can become an education specialist. Careers in medical communication. Medical writer is a communication profession. For people with a solid scientific background, PhD do have a solid scientific background. It is a natural option for a PhD interested in a career far from research. You have to enjoy writing and communicating in English and to be very rigorous, but rigor comes from your PhD, business development manager, because we have to strategically devise a plan. And companies need you for your ability to learn quickly, technical skills, business development manager, contract research associate. You have to speak the language of the industry. Project manager. Company needs PhDs because they are highly organized and able to work remotely. Regulatory affairs. We have PhD graduates working at HIMA in Amsterdam. Companies need people who can, European Medical Agency, who can read regulatory documents to make sure that companies following regulation. Medical science liaison, scientific editor. The role is to act as liaison between the author and the audience. And their job is to decide what papers are appropriate to publish in the journal. Data scientist, the ability to communicate technical data and turn them into business data. This is a challenging position. And now my final presentation to conclude, I will conclude with this take-home message. The experience of the source is ABG, Association Bernard Grégory website. The experience of academic research has helped me because during the years spent in the laboratory, researcher developed several skills. Having a PhD was not necessarily a prerequisite, but most definitely an asset. Serious games are becoming a real focus of research. I wouldn't be in that position without a PhD. Playground manager, this is an original job for PhD. So for the following job, PhD is not a prerequisite, but an asset. And there are some tips given by our alumni, tips for navigating a career transition, mobility, flexibility, so international experience are very helpful, growing a professional network, step outside your comfort zone, start before the end of your PhD, curiosity, stay humble. You cannot say, hi, I'm a researcher and now I want immediately a top position. Stay humble, cross-cutting vision, adaptability. So thank you so much for your for your, because I think that we are running out of time. And if
Yes, thank you, Lucia.
are there any questions?
I haven't seen anything from the chat, and unfortunately, we need to end on time because the next training starts in 10 minutes.
Okay.
You mentioned we will publish your presentation, so into more detailed afterwards and contact you if they have more specific questions. But thank you for this nice overview. I think it's very good to give some inspiration for the PhDs about their career and what other alternatives there is, not only in academia and also as being here at ESOF that life is not linear, and it's only not because you do this that because later you cannot do that. So just as
Exactly.
you say,
Yes,
be
yes, right.
open.
It is not linear. You have to be open and don't think that outside it is a failure. I leave academia because it is. No, it is not a failure. I don't think that you see that the professional profile working in the United Nations is not a failure. So, or there are so many alternative top careers for you. So just be open and take any opportunities. Stay humble, and I'm sure you will get your dream job.
Perfect. Thank you, Lucia, for this good spirit and motivation. So I wish everybody a good afternoon. And for those who are joining us in 10 minutes, we have the last virtual training with Oriana Berucci from Université de Liège about intercultural communication in research units. So thank you all.
Yeah, I will resend you my slides because I found a very little mistake. So I will resend my slide presentation.
Perfect.
Bye-bye.
Perfect. Thank you.
Have a nice
Thank you very
weekend. Bye.
You too. Thank you, everybody.